And welcome back, guys, to GoldenCave Plays Arena. We are using the Mage deck, and this will be game number 8. We have 6 wins, 1 loss, with our powerful Mage deck, who has Ragnaros. What's up? And, of course, we also have 2 Twilight Drakes, 2 Fireballs, 2 Polymorphs, and the other things, of course, are less notable. I guess 2 Stormwind Champions, 2 Raging Worgens. So fantastic. There's a Sunwalker in there. Yeah, look at that guy. But let's head into the game. So this is my after-the-fact commentary. I played these games maybe 5 days ago. I don't remember exactly what happened. So I'm in the same position that you are. And let's just see how it goes. Now, with the Mage deck, Mages are really strong right now. You know, there's some tier lists out there online, and pretty much all of them put Mage as the top tier, as the top of the 6 of the 9 classes you can draft. So in general, I'd say if you want to go far and you have Mage when you go into the arena and you have Mage as an option, you should pick that class. And so here we found an opponent against the Paladin. Paladin, not to be underestimated. They are ranked, according to some tier lists, right below Mage. So they're still very strong, very powerful. I've gone pretty far with the Paladin deck myself. I think I've hit 8 wins before. I know, not the best, but I've had most success with Mage up to this point with 10 wins. So we'll see how far I go on this run. So I passed my turn right there. He isn't playing anything. I like that. So just going to throw down my Sorcerer's Apprentice. A great card. I'm actually really impressed with how good the Sorcerer's Apprentice is. Like, I used to think it was just kind of not a useful card, but that's very valuable. Okay, so he throws down the Harvest Golem. Unfortunately for me, I have a Frostbolt for 1, and I'm probably going to do that. Take out his Golem. Yep, let's do it. This is more straightforward. There's not a ton of other options. Now I'm going to use my hero power and kill the damaged Golem. And there you go. And 3 damage to his face. So there you go. This is pretty dominating position. And usually if you can keep a minion on the board for a really long time, that's a good place to be in. Because, I mean, that's where you come up with these decks that are called control. Oh! And there's my Ragnaros. I'm not going to be able to play him for a while, but it's nice to have him. So here we go. I throw down my Raging Worgen. So he has to make a choice. And there he chooses to instead... Aha, okay. So he ended up killing both minions. If he left that Raging Worgen alive, he's going to take a ton of damage. So here, not a lot of options. Going to throw down my River Crocolisk and use my hero power. So we're taking a pretty aggressive tempo style. Well, I guess really the better term I should say is... Okay, so he throws down Raging Worgen and Young Priestess. The Young Priestess there gives random allied minion, not itself, 1 extra HP. So I can't actually kill the Raging Worgen. So... we'll see what I do here. Aha! So I'm going to freeze a Raging Worgen. I'm going to take out the Young Priestess with my River Crocolisk. Okay. You better watch out. I mean, that Raging Worgen can get pretty huge. The Paladin has a bunch of buff cards. Okay, so Aldor Peacekeeper. He's probably one of the best Paladin cards you can have in Arena. Like, no question. He uses Youthful Brewmaster there. Pick up his Archer, Elven Archer. Disagree. He should have picked up his Aldor Peacekeeper, because Aldor Peacekeeper, that ability is fantastic. To reduce a minion's minion's attack damage to 1. Like, that is so good. But here we go. I'm kind of in a weird spot. I would like to kill that Raging Worgen, but I can't. So I'm just going to throw down my Sunwalker, and he's going to have to, throw some minions at it. And I have a 1/5 Frost Elemental now, thanks to the Aldor Peacekeeper, but I can still do 1 damage. So, here we go. Now, it's balls in his court. What is he going to do? Azure Drake. Azure Drake, really good card. I have one in my current deck. We'll see what happens. Okay, so his Elven Archer gets to get rid of my Divine Shield there. I still get to go. So here, I wonder if he should have just used his Elven Archer to deal 1 damage to his Raging Worgen, so he could enrage it, and then deal 8 damage to me. I would have to double check and see his minions, but I think he could have done that in a better way. That said, here I'm still in a bit of a bind, maybe. So I threw down my Twilight Drake, and yeah, that's what I choose to do. It's fairly strong minion. Right, I'm gonna polymorph the Raging Worgen. Like you have to get rid of that threat, otherwise you just take way too much damage. Especially consider the Paladin has a lot of buff cards. No, I mean that the Blessing of Kings, give your creature +4/+4. Use that on the Raging Worgen when he's enraged, and man, he's gonna do a lot of damage. They also have Blessing of Might, which increases minions' attack damage by 3. Okay, so now all of a sudden, looks like he's kind of back into the game. And, what am I going to do? Well, I've got a Ragnaros in my hand. So, that's a big deal. So, do I play it now? Is now the time. So, the thing with Ragnaros is that 8 damage. For example, if that 8 damage hit that 2/1 Leper Gnome, that's not helping me, Ragnaros. You know what I mean? So, I think I really want to get rid of those minions as soon as possible, or like limit them in some way before I throw down my Ragnaros, so his 8 damage can hit like big targets or the hero himself, not these measly 1/2 Leper Gnomes. So, Twilight Drake, not as effective late game, and I'd definitely call this late game. I don't have as many cards in my hand. Here, I was considering, and actually it looks like I'm going to do it. Youthful Brewmaster, my damaged. Okay, maybe not. Youthful Brewmaster is good. You can just pick him up. I think I was thinking if somehow he like silenced my Ragnaros, like maybe picking him up. Using Youthful Brewmaster. Okay, he plays War Golem. All right. So now he's got some pretty big threats on the board. I'm taking damage. I have 15 life left. So it's not like the most ideal situation right now. However, now my strategy is gotta get rid of as many minions as possible so that my Ragnaros can do 8 damage to either that big minion or Paladin himself. Big targets, not this 2, 3, or 5, 6 action. So here we go. Ragnaros, be purged by fire, or something. By fire be purged. I'm sorry. I don't own him, so I don't actually get to play him that often. So there we go. Kind of cool. At the end of my turn, which is a good thing about Ragnaros, he deals 8 damage. So he has an effect. Boom. 8 damage to the face there. Optimally, I would say I'd wanted that to have hit the Golem. But you know what? Sometimes things just don't work out for you. He consecrates, kills my Twilight Drake, deals 2 damage also to my Ragnaros. And now he's just going to trade. So Ragnaros there is so good because he can do 8 damage, not take any damage himself. It's just really fantastic. Now, here's where Cone of Cold does some kind of good work for me. As you see, I have 13 life. I don't have much in my hand. I mean, I do have a Stormwind Champion. But, that's Stormwind Champion. If I throw him out there, I can't do anything else, really. And so, I've got to shut down those guys. My opponent's minions. That's exactly what I do. Cone of Cold freezes the adjacent minions of the minion that you select. And look, his stealthed jungle panther, which would normally be able to do 4 damage to me this turn, is frozen. And boom. Okay, so he throws a Blessing of Kings on it. So I would have taken 8 damage if I had not had the frost there. All right, so I mean, this is a pretty close game now. It's 15 life. I guess technically I am losing, I guess, because he attacks right now, and this is where I flipped out because I thought it was game over. But that Hammer of Wrath, did you see that? So the arrow was pointing to my face directly, but somehow it went and hit the... Yeah, so stupid. But yeah, hit my Youthful Brewmaster, which is 4/3. Fortunately for me, the one card in my hand is the one that can save me. Polymorph. And here, see, notice I have 5 life. I was gonna... Here's the decision, right? Stormwind Champion, go for his face, or take out that 1/1 guy. I decided I have to take out the 1/1 guy because if he has some kind of like buff, sorry, some way to buff that minion, then I'm in trouble. So whoa, I have 3 life now. This isn't looking that great, right? So I'm gonna Arcane Missiles. All 3 hit his Lord of the Arena. Which, I mean, optimally I wanted 2, I guess, to hit, but, you know, I'm glad at least one of them hit, you know. I mean, that worked out well for me. Because now, like, he's in trouble. Look, and indeed, he did have a Blessings of Might in his deck. Blessing of Might. And there's the surrender. So... It was well played on his part, well played on mine. It was a good game, and that's just how Arena works, guys. So there we go, 7 wins for me, and thanks, guys, for tuning in. I'll see you guys.